Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, I'm going to sort of take a look at mining again. I've picked up the Golem. I had I think it was a hover quad that I got in a bonus for referral. And I've traded that up to the Golem. It cost me another £28 because this is £58. And so, which is, I don't think it's a bad price for a 32 SCU of mining ship. And it's quite small. It looks like it's probably going to be a better fit in my ships than the Prospector. And so I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to sort of just take another look at mining. With the contracts that we had in the last update in the PTU, we don't currently have them now. But the contracts where you had to source the materials yourself, like iron and corundum and stuff like that. I'm wondering now, do we change our approach to mining? So I thought I'd take the ship out because I wanted to test it out anyway and just go and have a look at some of the rocks that are up around near Mikhail 2 or something like that. And just ask the question to myself, do we change the way we look at mining now? Do we not mine for the profit of just getting the big stuff, the profitable materials, or do we then take in all the junk that we used to just throw away and not actually refine? So that's what I'm going to go and look at today. I'm going to go and look at some of the stuff and see what the rocks look like out there and just go from that. So let's get into this one, guys. So my first look at the Golem. So it's got two size 16 bins on it. I presume those can be taken off. Like a couple of missiles, a couple of guns, and then the arm at the back there. I don't know what mining laser it's got on it, what we can change it to, but I presume it can be changed. So let's do this. And can we even jump? Power thrusters. Feels nippy. Now, one of the big problems I had with my Prospector is I would end up smashing into rocks when I was flying around. And so hopefully this being a bit smaller might be a bit more nippy when we're up in space near the rocks and stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping. Let's do it. Mikhail 2 we're looking for. I might have to write it in, yeah. Mikhail 2. Better. Just short of 1 million quantum fuel. 23 million hydrogen fuel. That's a lot. Not 24 million hydrogen fuel. That's a lot of hydrogen fuel for that. So once you quantum to where you need to go, you can have a lot of fuel for getting around. And that's probably what you'll do, is you will more than likely base yourself somewhere like here, at a station here, and then just go out and about from there. But I say, I already do like the ship. I do like it. I do like how it's small and can still take 32. Will it kill off the Prospector? That's the thing. I wouldn't buy a Prospector when I could get this. And this was £58. I think that the Prospector is like 150 odd pound in real money. So this, when it comes out, is only going to be, what, close to $1 million to get? It's not going to be a massive amount, I don't think, to get. And then to rent it, it's probably going to be a lot less as well. Right. Apparently I'm trespassing. Now, it does feel like it's manoeuvrable a lot better. Right, so I need to make this my base and see if I can change my mining head. So what is my mining head? So a Pitman mining laser I've got. So I've got Pitman mining laser, so let's go and change that. I want a decent one on there. If I can pick up a decent one here, I'm not too sure if I can. Definitely feels a lot more nimble. This is good. It's a good start for me, that. I'm not too sure what lasers I can buy here. I'd like to buy the Helix one, which cost 100 grand. And with that, then you can have, I think, 2 extra modules in that to the refinery, and then I'll make this my base as well. See what they've got. So we've got the Helix 1, the Helix 2. That's the size 2. And the Helix 1 is the size 1. Is it the Helix I wanted? I think it is the Helix I wanted. $58,000 for the Helix 1. That's definitely gone down in price because that was 100 grand, and unless I was picking up the Helix 2s. So what size do I need in my thing? Let's have a look. Jet Golem, utility, mining laser. Oh, so I can have 2 in this as well. In this Pitman one. So we need to look at what the Pitman one does. 120, let's have a look. Vehicle weapons, is that on there? No, so we've got 2 missiles and 2 size 1 pucks, bulldog repeaters. I'm sure we could change them out. Drive, change that out. Propulsion, jump drive. No liveries. Pitman line, mining laser. Can I even change that? I don't know if I can change it. It's a size 1. Because I can have 2 slots on here, I might just go with that. But there's no information on that, what the Pitman is. Size is 0. Oh, they'll be for the other thing, won't they? They'll be for the little droid thing. So this brings in a resistance -30, inert materials -30. Optimal charge window size goes down by 40. But what's the Pitman do? I need to find out what the Pitman has. Okay, so I've been looking around, and the Golem obviously being a starter mining ship, it looks like it might not be able to change the Pitman. So it says the Pitman is bespoke for that ship, so I'm not too sure that that's it is sold separately. So I'm wondering if we cannot change it at all. So what I've done is I bought a Helix one anyway, because I would put that on a Prospector if I do go to a Prospector. And so let me check that out. Let me see if I can actually put that on there. I've got a feeling I'm not going to be able to change the laser because it's greyed out. So yeah, I can't change that laser. So I can change all of this stuff, but I can't change the laser itself. But I can add 2 ports in there. So it looks like because it's a starter ship, you can't change it. So I don't know what that is going to be like. So let's get some modules. Well, I spent 50 grand on the mining laser. I can sell it, or I can just put it onto something else if I don't find the Golem to be good enough for what I want. So let's have a look at some modules now. Let's have a look. Utilities, mining modules. So we've got the Pharrell. Lowering the rate at which the catch charge. Lifeline, Stampede. So what I'm looking at here is I'm going to look at the passive. I don't want active. It's like the Filter XL here. 60,000 for a Filter XL, and this is a passive, so it's always going to be on there, and it brings inner materials by 24%, but takes the extraction laser down by 5%. And then you got the filter module here, the normal filter one, and the focus module. Optimal charge window is up 37%, but I never have issues with the module window. So that goes up 40%. And then we've got the Riger. Optimal size window is down, but the power is up of the laser by 15%. And then this goes up by 20%, and the optimal charge window is down 3%. And then the C3 down 1%, 125 on the laser, so up 25% for the power. So it could be something like that if the power of the one we've got isn't good enough. And the Torrent, another passive one. Optimal charge rate goes up, so when it's in the green window it goes faster, but the window goes down by 10%. 3% with the optimal charge going up 35% quicker. Extraction, so when you're bringing in the goods, I'm not really worried about that. So for me, I think I want to go with the inert materials. I want to filter out as much inert as I can, so everything I'm getting is going to be much better. So I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to buy another one of those. I'm going to stack those. I'm going to have 2. Now, let's add those on. So I'm looking at extracting around 40%-ish of materials, because I don't think it'll stack like 25% and then another 25% off the full lot. It'll be 25% and then 25% again of after the 25%. So if you're bringing it down to 75%, you're only bringing it down 25% of the 75%, if you get what I mean. And let's add those in. Utilities, so one there and one there. Let's do it. So we've got 2 filters in there. So at least it's got 2 slots for stuff, even though you can't change the laser. At least it's got slots, so you can add more power if you need it. And then you've also got these little modules if you need them as well for breaking up bigger rocks. These little gadgets here. Now, I bet those gadgets are going to be much better if you get those in the Golem, because the Golem's easier to get out of. It's a quick get out of. So let's have a look. Miscellaneous. Utilities. Gadgets. So the wave shift will bring the laser instability down. But I think with the Golem being a starter ship, I don't think there's going to be much instability because of it. The charge window 100%, optimal charge rate slows down. cluster modifier -20, so it's going to break up it's going to break up chunks, and that's going to have more chunks separated because the cluster modification is going to go down. But the optimal charge window is going to go up 50%, and the charge rate is going to go up 100%. And the saber charge window is 50%, resistance -50%. So that could be a good one, the saber. Now what's the negatives of that? Instability up 15%, and then the bow max. Laser instability -70%, so it's going to be a steady laser. It's going to be steady, and the cluster modifier up 30%. The resistance is up 10%. Again, that could be a good one. So them two could be good ones to bring with us. Now, that one -50% on the resistance could be something I might get that, because if I come across a rock that needs to be broken up and I don't have the power, that could be a good thing to have. So I need to stick that on my back by going to a machine, which will be over here. Okay, so let's get into this one, guys. So the Helix one module I can put on a Prospector, if I get a Prospector, and or sell it. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I don't like getting my ship out up here, because especially something like the Freelancer Max ends up getting destroyed. So I always like to go back downstairs and get my ship out. Don't know why it's saying trespassing. I'm not trespassing. I'm not trespassing. And I think that's why my Freelancer gets smashed up, because of that animation that just happened there. It's like it almost hasn't finished. Could have this as a lift for things like your suits, like your Atlas suits and stuff like that, and smaller things. Same with this here, over here, could be the same. Just a little lift for your Atlas suits, because you don't want to have to keep putting your ship away to get things out, like the Atlas, little Atlas thing. There we are. Let's get in this. So no living quarters on this ship, literally just a pilot seat, and then the rest is to do with mining.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
Turn engines on.
Systems are online. Engines online.
Quest takeoff. So let's have a look where those modules are. You see those little modules on the side there, those filter ones. Just there on the side of the laser. It's a nifty little ship, this. I do like it. Right, so what do we do here? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'll have to do it in a minute. I didn't set this as my home. So I need to do that. Because if I accidentally crash or get blown up, I don't want to have to come all the way back out here. So let's have a look. Around here should be some pads like here. So there's the numbers there. You got the fracture power of 100, resistance 125, instability 135, optimal rate 60, overcharge rate 100, window size 140, and then I've got my two passive modules there, which bring the extraction rate down by 5%, which I'm not too bothered about. One thing I've noticed, I'm not getting any numbers the signals. So these signals have just popped up, but I'm not getting any numbers from. It's an easy, resistance 21, mass 326, and it's beryl, quartz, and inert materials. And this one is an easy one, again beryl, quartz, and inert materials. Now, do you go for the beryl and the quartz and stock up on that, or do we keep searching? So I'm not getting any signals of anything. I mean, them came in, but it's almost like I'm not able to move my sensitivity on my. Let's do it that way. It's not moving the sensitivity of my scanning.
Landing gear up.
Let's have a look at this. So Taranite, which I know is a good one to get, and it's an easy rock, and quartz, and then inert material. So 1/3 of that is Taranite. So you're looking at around 12 or 13 or something Taranite. So definitely worth getting that. So let's do it. Let's see how good this rock is. This laser, sorry. Just drop that out. That's what we want. We want it to just drop out. Oh! Oh, nice. So, I died. Went straight into the thing. But I spawned all my stuff. That's really good.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle.
Let's have a look how long it takes for this to. 3 minutes. That's really good. That's a real good fee, that. Less than 1,000. Definitely a really, really good starter ship. Starting mining ship. It definitely was needed, that. Okay, so I've got a death marker I can go to, which is good. Okay. So we had the death marker, so we could go back. That was really good. Didn't need it for anything other than just to re-get back to the rock, because the ship itself wasn't needed. All the stuff on my body wasn't needed. Mangled ship there. Right, let's have a look at this again. Okay, so let's go back onto this and redo it. So we want it to be stable. Start backing this off. So it looks like it's like the Helix one where you'll back off to 20%, which is good. I like that. So it looks like around 40%, 44%, 45% is a stable place to be. Drop it down to the 40s now. Up again. Cool. I have to be careful with that. I don't end up going too fast again. Right, so let's start scanning some of these rocks and change the mode by pressing the right mouse button. Not right mouse button. What is it now? Is it Alt and right mouse button? No. Alt and right, left mouse button. Right. Cool. So it's got 13% terranite in it, no inert materials. There's 50% terranite in that one. The terranite's a good one to pick up because it's worth something like $7 grand. Once you do it, 28% terranite. So I think for me, what we need to do is just start collecting this stuff. And what I'll do is I'll still do the quartz, and then I'll store the quartz in the hangar. So when the missions come up for buying, when the missions come up for hauling again, where you got to source the materials, this will be a good one to do. So look at some of these now and see what we've got in here. 5% terranite in that one. 29% terranite in that one. 31 in that one. Let's go for this one. I might have to break these ones up. So I might have to break this one here up. It's got 31% terranite. Let's break it up. Oh. Whoa. Just. It's rapid, this thing at moving forward. Right, so I think I've got it in a stable place there. I just up the laser level now to get it into the green and back it off. It's all about how far you are away and how much laser and getting that stability of that laser. Okay. Switch that laser around. Pick up some terranite if we can. I'll try and get as much of the terranite as I can. So take that, even though it's only like 1. Right, cool. So we're full. Look, all the stuff is still on my body. Even though I've got it all as well. There's the mining laser. Right, let's head back to base. So we've got 16 quartz and 13 terranite, so we'll probably end up with around 12 or something terranite and the quartz probably around 15ish. And what we'll do is we'll save the quartz. Turn engines off.
Engines offline.
Okay, so let's go and get this stuff processed. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got here. So Bexlite is up 9%, Corundum 6%, Contanium 1%, Gold 9%. So Boras is down, Lemonite down, Quartz is down 5%, Tungsten up, Copper up, Beryl down. We've got Terranite, so there's no bonus on Terranite at the moment. That one's broke. Let's go to the next one. Do I have to put the ship away? No. So they're offering 56,000 for it, for what I've just got already. 56,000. Right, so it looks like you have to put your ship away to be able to do this part of it, which I'm not really happy about, because I used to love just parking the ship on the pads and then coming down and then going back out instead of putting it away and all that stuff. So let's set up a work order. So the quartz we're going to do, and the terranite we're going to do. Inert materials. I know some places do buy inert materials. I know some places do actually buy inert materials, so we can't do that. So let's do this. And we're going to look at the options, and we're going to look at the dinks, because I'm probably not going to be back on for a day or so. So let's get a quote. 30 hours, going to cost 5,000. The yield is going to be 13, so it'll give me 14 quartz, because if you go over that number there, you'll get another one. So it's going to give me 14 quartz, and it's going to give me 12 Terranite. Now the Terranite is worth around, well, the last time I did this, the Terranite was worth around 7 grand, so that's going to be quite a chunky profit, that, of around 70 grand. Yeah, 70, 80 grand for that. Probably a little bit more if we're going to get 12. But it's not a massive amount more than what we're paying, than what they're offering for the inert materials. The materials over here. They're offering 56 grand here, so it's only like 20 grand more. The Terranite. Let me have a look at this Terranite. So if we get 12 Terranite, and have a quick look. So let's have a look. So look here, Terranite 7,000 there, and if we're going to get 12 of those, let's bring up a calculator. So we're going to get 12 times 7,686. 92 grand we're going to get from the Terranite. Now we could sell the quartz at 400, and we're going to get 15 of that. So 15 quartz, so 15 times 412. So that's 6 grand there. So you're looking at 100 grand altogether. But we could just keep the quartz by. Instead of getting 6 grand, we could keep the quartz by in case it comes for a... Let me just come back out of here. In case the quartz is needed for something else, because we can always sell the quartz. So 92 grand, definitely worth doing, minus the 5, so we're looking at about 80 grand. We're going to get about 30 grand more. So let's do that. Let's not go on that machine, because that machine's broken. Golem. Set up a work order. And let's do the Dinix. Get a quote. 30 hours. Now, how much is it if we do the Ferron? Get a quote. So it's going to be 10 grand in 10 hours, and we're going to get the same yield in 10 hours for 5 grand more. Now, I might do that one because I may be back on within 30 hours. I might be back on within 12 hours. So I think that one's going to be the better one for me for the cost of 5 grand more. What was the Dinix one? Yeah, 5. So you got the Dinix, the Ferron. Is it the Electro? Is the other one that gives you the full yield? There's another one that gives you a full yield. Let me just quickly find that one. So there's 3 of them that give you this refining is broke up into 3 different ones. You've got you'll get a full yield with 3 different prices on the time. So long time. So you got full yield with long time, medium time, short time. But the prices is big price, small price, medium price, and then you've got ones that will give you less yield with the same 3 time over price, and then you've got the one with the least yield, which is going to give you time over price, and your time's going to be quicker with less price. So the more yield you'll get, the more time you're going to have, and the more it's going to cost you. There's 3 of them that will give you a full yield of what the Dinix just give us in the Ferron. So the Ferrons are like a 14 and a 12. I can't remember what the other one was. Not that one. But you see within an hour. Now, if you say you was doing a mission to get some like copper and corundum and stuff like that, this is the type of one you'll do. You'll do the quick one, the quick time one with a small amount to pay out, something like the Kazan one, because you want the stock so that you can finish the mission and get paid good money for the mission rather than the mining materials that you're going to sell itself. So I'm trying to think what the other method was that give you a full yield. That's the one there, but 30,000 for 5 hours. So the parametric one. So I'm going to go for the Ferron one, which is going to take 10 hours and give me and cost me 10 grand. So I'm going to lose. So I'm going to get about 80 odd grand from the whole thing. But it means if I come on in 12 hours, I'll be available. It'll be available. Whereas if I come on in 12 hours again and I'm done the Dinix one, just for the sake of that extra 5 grand, I'm going to be waiting around another 20 hours. So that 20 hours is worth the 5 grand for me. So let's get that job on.
Accounts, please contact management. Accounts, contact management. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be the video from me. The Golem just works. It for a starter ship, that is absolutely brilliant. I think I would prefer that over my Prospector. Even getting the Helix 1 laser with the Prospector, I didn't come across any problems with that mining laser I had there then. Plus we can pick up some gadgets if we need to. So what power does the Helix have? Let me have a look again. Miscellaneous. No, we want utilities. And we want mine laser heads, and then we look at the Helix one. What is the power of the Helix one? So the mining power is from 630 to 3150. I'm not too sure what it is on the the one that you get in the Golem, but the one in the Golem seemed fine. Was it 1,000? I'm not too sure. Probably more than 1,000. I'll have to find out the information. I couldn't find it earlier online, but for me, it did plenty enough. I came across rocks and didn't have any impossibles or anything like that, so it just worked straight out of the box for me. So definitely a better ship for me in my arsenal than the Prospector. And the other thing is with the Golem, if I get something like a C2, if you can get it to fit in something like a C2, or you can get it to fit in something like sort of transporter wise, you could get a couple of extra pods, put that in as well, and you can go over to the Orion or the Iron Belt or whatever it's called, and you can just take out the Golem there, do some mining, change the bags, put them back on the ship and change the bags, and then just keep doing that, and then come back here with a few bags. That's another question you can do, or do that with some teammates. So for me, the Golem definitely just works out of the bag. I'm really impressed with that, and for 58 quid, I think I paid 28 when I traded up the hoverquad, because I wasn't going to use an hoverquad, and so I've now got a ship that I know I'm going to use, and that's I paid for in pledge. So really happy with that, as well as I think it's going to be easy to rent. I don't think it'd be available to rent yet. I can go and check, but it's probably going to be less to rent and buy in the long term. So definitely worth getting the Golem. Definitely won't use the Prospector, I think, going forward. I think I'll just use the Golem, unless I come across some issues where the Golem's just not enough and the rocks are too big or whatever. Yeah, so it's not in here. There's the Prospector. It's 73 grand to rent for a day. So I reckon you're only probably talking 30 grand for a Golem for the day once that comes about. So yeah, so that's it, guys, for this video. I'm going to get that done, and I'm going to probably do some more mining later, and yeah, just start stacking some materials. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit that point, stick a like button, hit the bell and subscribe notification. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the Golem. What do you guys think of it? Have you used it? For me, it's just a lot of guff not needed in there like you get with a Prospector. So you don't need the living quarters, especially when you're doing what I call point and click mine, where you're just pointing in a direction, finding a rock, and then just harvesting that rock. You're not too worried about what you're getting, whether it's gold, taranite, and all that stuff. Definitely working around the space stations like this, you don't need the living quarters like you get in the Prospector. For me, the Golem is perfect. It's smaller. You can take it other places with a ship, like I said, a C2 or something it might fit into. And server, and with that you can take it further distances, and those ships that you'll be carrying in will have stuff for that. So you maybe something like the Carrack, you maybe stick it in the Carrack if it fits in there, or something like that, or the 890 or something where you're just going to be living out in space and around near the Iron Belt. You could just go and mine and stuff like that. Just make sure you take some bags with you. So I'm getting a server area here, so I'm going to call this a day. So we hope you like it, guys, and yeah, we'll see you guys out in the verse.